Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate your time. Um, as always, I like to make these trainings short and sweet and packed with value so that you can leave here or listening to the replay just with some takeaways. Doesn't have to be long. Really, I know your time is valuable. So thanks again for being here. And today we are talking about the 7 types of rest and why they are important for moms and executive leadership. This was the winner by far in our private Facebook group over the weekend. On Sundays, we always vote, and the ladies do a really nice job of letting me know kind of what they want to hear about, what they want to learn about, and then that's what I teach about. So super helpful. Thank you for all those votes. I so appreciate it. And if you're new to the group, watch out every Sunday. I'll put up a poll and you can kind of let me know what you want to hear about. I'll always open to suggestions as well. If anybody ever has anything that they want to hear about or learn about, I'm happy to do requests as well. So let's talk a little bit about 7 types of rest and why they are important for moms and executive leadership. If this is your first time joining us today, my name is Alex. I am a executive burnout coach and a licensed therapist. I'm a former nonprofit executive leader. I'm a wife, a mom of 2 young girls, and I live in southern Missouri. And I do have a 3-month coaching program where I help moms in executive leadership achieve balance by beating burnout, decreasing high functioning anxiety, decreasing guilt, building your leadership skills so that you can be more connected with work and home, decrease that feeling of that go, 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 feel more balanced, have a really strong, healthy, sustainable relationship with your personal life and with work in a really realistic way. So let's dive in a little bit. So I do have notes right here. So if you see me looking down, it's just so I can make sure that I give you everything that you need. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? So this theory of the 7 types of rest is according to a physician named Sandra Dalton Smith, and she is the author of a book called Sacred Rest: Recover Your Life, Renew Your Energy, and Renew Your Sanity. One of the top things that I hear from moms pretty consistently, especially those moms in executive leadership, is that they're exhausted, right? They're tired. They just, no matter what they're doing, they're just exhausted. They can't catch up on sleep. They're feeling depleted. They're feeling like no matter what they do, they're just exhausted, right? That's also one of the main components of burnout. So moms in executive leadership roles are often juggling demanding careers, family responsibilities, personal development of your business. The pressure can get super intense. So this is kind of why I love that this topic won today. So if you have comments, if you have questions while I'm chatting, please put them in the comment section. I can see them right here on the other side of my screen. So I'd love to answer any questions that you have while we're chatting. And rest really isn't just about sleep or napping, which I think is sometimes a misconception. It's really about rejuvenating our whole body, our mind, our spirit, and really recognizing the importance of rest. Moms can achieve better balance, better resilience, and better success professionally and personally. And you're probably thinking, like, what the hell? How can I get 7 kinds of rest when I can't even get one, right? Like, I haven't had a good night's sleep in a year, and you're telling me I need 7 different kinds of rest? So let's talk about those a little bit. Is this resonating with you guys at all? Do you have any comments at all? Just put them in the chat for me. So let's dive in. 7 types of rest. They're essential for moms, women in executive leadership roles. Each has a unique benefit and each is helpful to your well-being. Okay, so first one, the most obvious, right? The one you're like, well, of course, this is rest. Physical rest. Okay, it's all about giving your body the rejuvenation that it really needs through quality sleep. As a busy mom, leader, partner, really a good night's sleep, a solid sleep hygiene routine is your secret weapon. It may sound basic, it may sound very foundational, but this is going to help you wake up feeling refreshed. It boosts your cognitive abilities, your emotional resilience, and your physical health. Solid sleep, physical rest is key. I talk a lot in my paid program about a sleep hygiene routine and how to create something like that. 2, mental rest. Okay, so we have physical rest. Now we're talking mental rest. Think of this as like a pause button for your mind. Okay, engaging in activities that can help your mind and your brain slow down, like mindfulness, meditation, simply taking a break from work-related thoughts, recharging your batteries. It's really like giving your mind a mini vacation. Okay, it's like allowing yourself to take a break, take a pause, and return to your tasks with really more improved focus and clarity. This would look like making the conscious choice to not make a decision or delegating a task to a team. This is an intentional moment where you are allowing and giving permission for your brain to rest mentally. Okay, mental rest. 3rd, let's talk about emotional rest. So this looks like balancing demands of leadership and motherhood can be emotionally taxing. Okay, so taking time to acknowledge and process your feelings is crucial. So whether that is through journaling, talking with a friend, seeking professional support through a therapist or a coach, emotional rest allows us to lead from a place of emotional strength. So I don't know if you all have ever noticed, but have you ever noticed the days when you're feeling good, you're feeling refreshed, you're feeling rejuvenated, you're feeling emotionally kind of calm and stable? Those are your best leadership days, right? Those is when you go in and you feel empowered and you feel strong and you feel like, I got this. No matter if it's, a budget meeting or end of the year reviews, no matter what it is, you got it, right? Now that's emotional rest. Let's talk about social rest. What does that look like? Surrounding yourself with a supportive community is vital. So spending time with friends and family and colleagues who serve you, not ones who don't. Sharing experiences, listening to others, building positive connections really reduces those feelings of isolation and also fuels kind of your leadership journey. So social rest is 2 things. 1, it's when you do choose to be social and out there in the world, you're interacting with people who serve you and that it's mutually beneficial. So relationships that kind of, suck the life out of you, relationships that aren't serving you, relationships that are, maybe cutting into your boundaries. No, these are relationships that serve you, that make you feel excited, empowered, engaged. They're mutually beneficial. Or social rest is also not being social at all and really recognizing those boundaries, and when you're able to put those in and just saying no, right? Like I can't do that today. I can't do that right now. I'm going to have to, say pass on that social, invitation. Okay. So 5th up, let's talk about creative rest. So creativity doesn't only belong at work, in the boardroom, right? Engaging in hobbies, arts, activities that ignite your passion fosters creative rest. Okay, this is a way for your brain to rest that's fulfilling you. It's helping you find, joy. It's like a breath of fresh air in your mind. Okay, it's nurturing your creative side. You're unlocking new perspectives, innovations, new solutions, both personally and professionally. So my recommendation here is to find something that brings you joy outside of the workplace. A lot of times we get a lot of accolades from work. There's a lot of positive reward systems built into jobs, typically, right? Raises, good jobs, promotions. Sometimes our personal life isn't that structured and it doesn't need to be, but finding and deriving joy from other areas of your life besides work, a creative outlet, even if it's, cooking, drinking different types of wine, maybe you have some type of hobby. So allowing your brain to work creatively in a space that isn't work. Okay, and 6th is called spiritual rest. Let's explore this a little bit more, okay? This isn't about religion. It can be for some, but it doesn't have to be, right? It's really about finding your meaning, your purpose beyond your to-dos, right? Everybody else says, I've got these to-dos, I've got these tasks, I've got these things to do, I've got so much to do. It's really finding your purpose here other than just your work, right? Who's resonating with this? Let me know, right in the comments if you have experienced this, or if you kind of wonder, like, I wonder what my purpose is. I hear that a lot, right? I'm doing all the work and I'm doing a good job, but I'm not sure that I really am connecting. Okay, this is like these are quiet moments, whether it's meditation, maybe it's prayer for some, maybe it's connecting with nature, really nourishing kind of your soul, whatever that means to you. It really provides a sense of grounding. It helps really navigate challenges, and it helps us to become more resilient. And we know that resiliency is one of the biggest protective factors to help us not, develop burnout. And sensory rest is number 7. This is really big. So obviously we're in a digital age. We're bombarded all day long, right? I mean, I'm on the internet right now. You're on the internet if you're listening to this, right? So all kinds of stimuli, screens, sounds, noise, notification, connectivity, just always kind of feeling like we have to be connected in some capacity, right? Oh, did you see this video? Did you see that, TikTok? Did you see that Instagram? Did you see what she posted? Did you see what he did? Did you see that article? It's like, we're always just feeling so much pressure to be connected all the time. And so, and then, not to mention if you have kids and they have, devices and toys and things, it just always feels like there's some kind of noise. So sensory rest involves stepping away from all of that stimuli. Okay, giving your senses a break, enjoying, things that don't require being connected. Okay, unplugging from your devices, quiet walking with, some people say, oh, I want to listen to a podcast while I walk, or I'm going to listen to music while I walk, or I'm going to walk with a friend and chat, or I'm going to just like walk and something else. So this would be just like walking by yourself with nothing else. Or just closing your eyes and breathing. We've gotten so used to kind of like this multitasking generation and always having to be doing 500 things at once that sometimes we have to retrain our brain that we don't actually need to do that. We don't have to be walking and talking or, breathing and listening to music. We can just breathe without anything else. It's a really simple but effective way to not only reduce stress, but also boost your concentration. Okay, so that's the 7 types of rest. I'm going to say them again: physical, mental, emotional, social, creative, spiritual, and sensory. And all of these types of rest play a crucial role in your, not only your personal well-being, but also your leadership journey, right? You're probably not going to find these in a lot of leadership books. This is foundational. Okay, so you can't really be studying your FYI competencies or Stephen Covey or Korn Ferry or whatever leadership strategy you're following without having the ability for your body and your mind to rest. I mean, good luck if that's not part of, of your routine. So it's not about doing all of them all of the time or doing all of them perfectly, or starting today and doing all of these things, right? It's about finding what works for you, starting with one and building from that, trying some different things, getting creative. It's really about finding that balance that works for you, and that might take some experimentation. So let's talk a little bit about we talked about the types of rest, right? So let's take a moment to kind of look at and understand how they specifically help moms in leadership. Okay. So number 1, that physical rest, that's going to keep your energy levels high. Okay. Allowing you to kind of take challenges head on. You're not going to feel tired. You're not going to feel depleted. You're going to feel like you got this. You feel easy. That's one of the hard things about being exhausted, is even simple tasks start to feel really, really hard. So physical rest, good, solid sleep hygiene schedule, allow you to kind of take challenges, take them head on. What do you guys think? Is this resonating with you at all? If you're watching the replay, I'd love to know any thoughts, any concerns. So let me know, please, if you can, what you're thinking. I'd love to know some feedback. Second, mental rest. Okay, that sharpens your focus, decision making, ensuring that you lead with clarity. Okay, you're going to be making decisions. You're not going to be getting decision fatigue. We talk a lot about that in my paid program, decision fatigue, how to make really, tough decisions like that. You're going to feel clear. You're going to feel clear-headed, and you're going to be able to make decisions really quickly and really effectively. Okay, emotional rest. How does that help? Well, that empowers you to connect more deeply with other people and lead with empathy. Right? We always want to be leading with empathy. It shows a little bit of our human side, and it shows other people that we are who we say we are, right? So it allows us to connect a little bit more deeply and allows us to lead with empathy. Social rest. How does that help us? That's going to build a really strong support system, and it's going to uplift us if we need help. So we can't go at this alone, right? I talk about this a lot. A lot of times moms in leadership are doing everything alone. They feel like they have to, even with supportive jobs, even with supportive partners, we take on a lot ourselves, right? So social rest allows us to build a really strong community, build a support system. So we have people around us who serve us best, that are mutually beneficial, and that can help us kind of with support. That old phrase, like it takes a village. Well, that's not just for raising kids, right? I mean, that's really just for a lifespan, right? It takes a village. If we don't have support in what we do and what's hard for us, it's just a way bigger challenge. Okay, so let's talk about creative rest and how that helps. So creative rest, it sparks that innovation, right? It helps you feel fresh. It helps you find really unique solutions to complex problems. And as a mom in executive leadership, that's what you're doing. You're finding solutions all day long. Big problems, small problems, problems with a kid, problems with the organization, budget problems, whatever it is. You're finding it and you're solving it, right? So creative rest helps with that piece. Spiritual rest. Now, remember, we talked about that's going to look a little bit different for everybody, and that's okay. But that's really finding your purpose. It's really hard to kind of lead a team, or if you're not sure where you sit there, or if your core values don't align with the values. If there's values mismatch, again, that's one of the top reasons for burnout. So we're going to really make sure that we understand and find our purpose, because that's going to fuel your drive as a mom, as a leader. Lastly, that's sensory rest. What's that going to do? That's going to help you clear your brain. That's going to decrease that feeling of that hypervigilance, where some people are always up, right? They're always saying, I gotta go, I gotta do more, I'm gonna put my kids to bed, then I'm gonna check my email, or I'm gonna finish this project. So it just allows you to approach your work in a really clear-headed way. Okay, so by incorporating these forms of rest into your routine, not only are you enhancing your own well-being, right, but you're also setting a really, really powerful example for other people that you lead. You're going to be leading by example, right? You're going to be situationally leading, and you're going to find in yourself what you want to present to other people. Okay. And remember, this is all really about finding what resonates with you and making your well-being a priority, because it really does matter. And investing in these 7 types of rest can really make a remarkable difference in your journey as a mom and executive leadership. So please let me know what you think. I always love to hear comments and feedback about these. If you're watching it live, if you're watching the replay, let me know. Today we talked a little bit about the 7 types of rest, okay, why they're essential for moms and executive leadership. As always, thank you for your time today. I always appreciate when I see that you all have watched these replays or that you commented on it. It really does mean a lot to me to know that you're taking time out of your day to watch these. So my goal is to always bring you value. I know there's tons of places to get information on the internet and tons of different Facebook groups. So I just appreciate really wholeheartedly that you're here. It does mean a lot. And in case you're interested, like I mentioned in the beginning, I do all of this plus way, way more. This is just kind of scratching the surface in these free trainings. In my paid program, it is a 12-week hybrid model, executive coaching and burnout prevention and recovery program. I created this because it is all inclusive and it's specifically designed for moms and executive leadership. We're going to learn in this program, you're going to be with other like minded women who are also moms and executive leadership to learn how to beat or recover from burnout, reconnect with their families, re engage in your personal life, all while becoming a better leader, more successful leader who drives fulfillment from your career and your personal life. We are going to learn how to set really strong, healthy boundaries, decrease high functioning anxiety and mom guilt, learn how to perform better at work, manage teams in a really balanced, transformative, and sustainable way. Okay, please reach out to me over DM today if you're thinking about maybe booking a call with me. They're free, no pressure. We just kind of chat through a little bit about what you're experiencing in your specific and unique situation. Usually we shoot some ideas back and forth about what might work, what you haven't tried, what you'd like to try. And then if you're open to it, I tell you a little bit about the program to see if we're a good fit to work together. The calls are typically about 30-45 minutes, depending on what you need. And it's worth a shot, right? So please reach out to me and then I'll send you access to my personal calendar and you can book what works for you. So I look forward to hearing from all of you. So thankful that you're here and I hope you have a great rest of your week. See you next week.